Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a get ready with me. I'm going to be doing a very quick and easy makeup look. So I already did my eyebrows off camera. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Here I'm just applying my MAC strobe cream in Gold Light. And then I'm going to be taking my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I'm going to be applying it on my eyelids and between my eyes, and I'm blending that out with a mini Real Techniques beauty sponge. And the reason why I added first is because I'm going to prime my eyelids for my eyeshadow, and that way I won't mess up my foundation when I clean up my winged liner. I'm going to be setting that with my Laura Mercier loose setting powder and using a Real Techniques brush just to apply that all over where I added my foundation. I'm going to be using my Pink Court eyeshadow palette by Kylie Cosmetics, and I'm just going to be taking the color Diamond and applying it all over my eyelid with my finger. And I just wanted something very simple and also shimmery. So I'm also going to be taking my highlighter by Dior and blending that in with the eyeshadow just so I can have like an all over shimmery effect on my eyelid. I'm also going to be adding the shade called the Queen over the shade Diamond all over my eyelid. And now I'm going to move on to my winged liner. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Liner in black. I really like using this eyeliner because the tip is very flexible and also very thin, so you have a lot of control over how you want your wing to look. And the way that I like to create my wing is I first draw a line from my outer corner out, depending on how long I want it that day. And then I start creating another line, kind of like from the middle of my eye, and I connect it to the first line. So then I like to take a wipe and then clean out any fallout from the eyeshadow that I may have. And I also go underneath my wing just to kind of perfect it a little bit more. The hard part is always trying to get the second wing to look as close as possible to the first one, but it was my lucky day and I was able to get them pretty close. Now that I'm done with my eyes, I'm moving on to my face, and I'm applying my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, the same one that I used on my eyelids, and I am in the shade Buff Bisque. I know a lot of people prefer to do their face makeup first and then move on to eyeshadow, but for me, I don't know, I just prefer to do my eyes first. Like I mentioned, you know, if I mess up or anything, I don't have to worry about messing up my foundation or anything like that. And for concealer, I'm using my Fenty Beauty Pro filter. I really like this one. I've mentioned it before and it's my favorite. I really like how it covers my under eye area. It just covers up the dark circles. It's perfect even when you have those no foundation days and you just want to spot conceal. I love using this one. And again, I'm using that same Laura Mercier face powder to kind of set that in. Now I'm going to be contouring my face, and I'm just checking up on my baby monitor just to make sure he's still sleeping. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild contour stick in the color Oaks on You. I know it looks a little bit like dark and orange on camera, but when I blend it in, it looks really good. And I really like using this cream contour stick because it's very easy to just blend in and it looks very natural. And I'm just using my Real Techniques Big Beauty Sponge to blend that in. I'm also going to be adding my Wet n Wild bronzer in Ticket to Brazil, and as you can see, like, I really used this thing up. I need to go get another one, but I really like this one, and I just go over wherever I applied the contour stick, and I really love the finish of both of these products together. I feel like they add a very pretty bronze to my face. Moving on to the fun part is the highlighting. So I like to use the Dior Skin Nude Air Luminizer in the #1, and I just apply it to the highest points of my face, and I really love this one. Even if I'm not wearing foundation and I apply it to bare skin, it still looks very pretty. Before I apply my mascara, I like to add my Mario Badescu facial spray and the Urban Decay All Nighter. Once that sets in, I move on to my lips. Here I'm using the NYX lip liner in Stockholm, and I do like to overline my lips just to make them a little bit more bigger. The liquid lipstick that I'm going to be using is called Mini, and is from the Court collection from Kylie Cosmetics. And I was cleaning out my makeup and I found this collection that I had, and I haven't used it in a while. That's why I really wanted to use it today, and I really love this color. It's kind of like a burnt orange peachy color. I don't know how to describe it, but it's very pretty and it's perfect for the springtime. Now I'm just curling my eyelashes, getting them ready for some mascara. The one that I'm going to be using is by Benefit, and it's called the Bad Gal Bang. I really hate when that happens, but what I do is I just take my beauty sponge and I just kind of rub on it and blend it in, and it easily disappears. I didn't show on camera, but I did end up applying falsies. I was gonna go for a more natural look, but I just ended up adding them on off camera. I wanted to balance out the eye look and add something minimal to the lower lash line, so I grabbed my bronzer by Wet n Wild, the Ticket to Brazil one, and I applied it to my lower lash line. For my inner tear duct, I added my Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm in How Many Carats. Before I apply my mascara to my lower lashes, I went in with some powder, left it in, and now I'm going to be using the same mascara that I used by Benefit, the Bad Gal Bang, and as you can see, it makes a huge difference. I really like this one, especially on my lower lash line, and then with the powder, it's just going to prevent it from kind of transferring over to my under eye area. Now I'm going to be moving on to my hair, and I'm going to be using this hot roller set from Remington. I used to use this so much. I've had it for such a long time. I don't even know how many years I've had it for, but recently I was going through a box of old things and I came across it, and I was very excited to use it again. So I decided to try it on this day, and I remember that when I used to use them, I will leave them on even overnight, and I would wake up with really bouncy and pretty curls. But on this day that I filmed, I didn't really have that much time, and I think I only left them on for like an hour and a half, so it only gave me more like bounce and volume rather than tighter curls, which is what I was expecting. But since I didn't leave them on for such a long time, I didn't really get the results that I wanted. But here I am just adding them all over my head. First I parted my hair in the middle, and then I worked my way up. I grabbed, I want to say, medium to small sections, and some I rolled inwards, some I rolled outwards. Here I'm just taking away the powder that I had left on from the mascara and just touching up my highlighter. Here you can see how my hair came out when I took off the rollers, and I wasn't too happy, so I grabbed my hair straightener and I just started to add a few curls here and there just to kind of make it look a little bit more better. Even though the rollers were a big fail, I do feel like the volume that they gave me helped me out, and after using my straightener to add a few curls, it did come out really nice and I had loose beachy waves. So here is the final result. Here is my hair and my makeup. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.